Hello students, our today's topic is how a solenoid is equivalent to a bar magnet. Students, we have discussed the solenoid concept in detail. A solenoid is this type of structure in which the windings of a wire are in the straight manner. That means in form of a spring. So it is like this. So this is a kind of the solenoid. Now what happens? The current enters from the one end of the wire, then circling, it exits from the another end of the wire. There can be medium or there cannot be medium inside this winding. So this is a solenoid. Okay. Now how we can say that a solenoid is equivalent to a bar magnet? First of all, from where this logic has appeared, that we will discuss, and then we will prove it mathematically also. So suppose the current is entering from the back side of the solenoid. So from back upwards, then in front downwards. Okay, so the current flowing is this way. So we have to notice the current direction. So if we look it from this side, in the first turn, if we look from this side, then the current flowing, if it is clockwise, so the front face of the coil will appear as south pole. And if we see from the back side of the turn, okay, from the back side, that means from here, the same turns current will appear in the opposite direction, that means anti-clockwise. That's why each of the turn, only one single turn I am talking about, each of the turn has two poles. Okay, front pole and means front side and back side. So if we are talking about a single turn of the current, then the front side, if the current is flowing clockwise, this is south pole, and from the back side the same current will appear anti-clockwise, so it will be north pole. So each of the turn is having two poles, south and north, south here and north here. So this way each turn is a magnet, SN magnet. So in the same manner we have so many magnets. Second turn, third turn is also a magnet, fourth turn is also a magnet. So all these magnets, when they are combined, so all the magnets have south pole on the one side only and north pole on opposite side only. So they can create a bar magnet. Okay, the poles means this identification of the poles is done by the current direction. So we have to always look from one side. If from this side the current is flowing in the clockwise direction, then automatically this pole is south pole, that means this pole is north pole. We have to only see the current once in the first turn. Okay, so this way a solenoid is actually representing a magnet, bar magnet, because each solenoid's front face and back face are two opposite poles. Now it is which pole, south pole or north pole, that is decided by the current direction. So opposite poles are always present at the two ends of the solenoid. Now we have to prove it mathematically, that how a solenoid is equivalent to a bar magnet. So what we will do here, we will take the help of bar magnet's axial field formula. Okay, so suppose we take a electric dipole, that means minus Q plus Q, which we have discussed in unit first, electrostatics. For this dipole, on this axial line, that means this axial line means line joining the two charges, two poles. So from the center of the dipole, if some point P is taken at r distance, then what is the electric field formula here? Because here charges are there, so I am saying electric field. You must be remembering this formula of the electric field, that is 2 kp upon r cube. 2 K P upon R cube. K is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. P is dipole moment. Okay, P is the dipole moment. Okay, now with the help of this electric field formula on the axial line, we will make now the magnetic field formula for the magnetic dipole. So with the help of electric dipole, we have to make the formula for magnetic dipole. So you see now, suppose from the center of the magnet at r distance, on this axial line of the magnet, we take some point P, and here we have to make the magnetic field B. So this we will call magnetic field axial. Okay, we will call it B axial. And in the same manner, we can, by replacing the terms, we can prepare the formula. So in place of 2, we have to write 2. Now, like in the electrostatics, K term appears constant, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. In the same manner, in magnetism, the constant which appears, that is mu 0 upon 4 pi. Okay. Now, here electric dipole moment P was appearing, but we have to write here magnetic dipole moment capital M, and upon the distance r cube. So this is the formula prepared for the magnetic field at the axial line of magnetic dipole, that means bar magnet. Now what we will do, students, this formula we have to pick directly, and now for a solenoid also we need to take on its axial line some point P, and at this point P we will find B axial formula. B axial formula, we will derive it. Okay, B axial. If this B axial matches with the B axial of bar magnet, that means we will say that solenoid and bar magnet are equivalent. Okay, so this is the logic. So now we are proceeding. Firstly, you note down this concept, and now we are proceeding to the derivation part. Now for the derivation part, we have taken a solenoid. Okay. Now for this solenoid, the center O, coordinate center we are taking here. So suppose the total length of the solenoid is 2L. So this is minus L H and this is plus L. So minus L to plus L means total length is 2L. Okay. Other datas are N is the number of turns per unit length, as we always use for the solenoid. A is the radius, that means this is A. This part is A, radius of the coil of the solenoid. Now students, what we need to do here, this is solenoid. Now its axis is this line. This is the axis. So what we have to do on this axial line, suppose we have to take a point P. Its distance from the center of the solenoid is taken R, and our target is that here at this point P we have to find B axial field of the solenoid. We have to solve B axial. Then we will match it with the bar magnet axial field formula. If it comes same, that means they are equal and proved. So let us start. So we need here one formula that we have derived already using Biot-Savart's law. Magnetic field at the axis of any coil, like if this type of coil is given, then at its axis the magnetic field formula is given by B axis. Here I have written axis, that is mu 0 upon 4 pi 2 pi NIA square upon A square plus x square power 3 by 2. Now this formula will be using. How? This solenoid which is as a whole given, we need to take a small slice somewhere. Okay, so what we need to do now, you see, we will be taking a small slice, and its thickness also we need to take. Let me make it again. We need to take a small slice in the solenoid like this, and its thickness we know, this thickness is dx. Okay, so first of all, we will not take the whole solenoid. We will only take this part of the solenoid, and due to it we will find B axial here. We will call it dB just now. So where this part we have taken, so generally the concept is that we take dx thickness at the distance x. Its distance from the center is x and its itself thickness is dx. Okay, now let us make due to this small part, due to this small slice or part of the solenoid. What is dB formula? So dB formula, we will take the help of this formula. You see, it is only a small ring, and due to that ring at its axis we have to find magnetic field B. So the case is similar. So we will take the help of this formula. Due to this small part, what is dB? So that is mu 0 upon 4 pi 2 pi n I a square upon a square plus x square power 3 by 2. Now some replacements we will be doing. How? First of all, this is the total turns in this part. Okay, now number of turns per unit length is given small n, and length of this ring is dx. So total turns I will replace. Total turns will become n dx. N into length of that part. Okay, n into length of that part. So in the same manner, what is the next replacement? In this formula, this x, this is actually the distance of the point from the center of that coil. Okay, so here also we need to take from this, what is the distance of the point. So you see, this total distances are, OP distances are, from that this is x distance. So remaining distance is r minus x. So we need to put in place of this x here r minus x, and power 3 by 2 is going on. So this way we have prepared the formula of small magnetic field due to small part of solenoid, this small part which is shown in the black color. Okay, so due to this small part, magnetic field small dB is prepared by this formula. Now if we have to calculate the total B due to the whole solenoid, so total B due to whole solenoid, what we need to do? We need to do integration for getting the total B. So this whole thing I am writing inside the integration. Now this is the written, these terms are written inside the integration. We will be solving integration, but before that one more step is to be taken, that is approximation. See students, this point distance, if it is very far, if point is very far, okay, so this point's distance, that means this r distance, you see now r distance is appearing here. So this r distance, it should be taken very greater than x, and it should be taken secondly very greater than a also, because now here three distances are appearing, a, r and x. So a, r and x, out of that which one we should consider, which is the greatest one? So here one approximation is applied. If this point is very large distance, at very large distance, then this r distance will be greatest distance. So it is greatest. So if one thing is greatest out of the other two, so the smaller ones should be put 0. So with the help of that approximation, the denominator term will become, you see, this is 0, this is also 0, x, only r square will remain. But r square's power 3 by 2 is there, so r cube will remain. Okay, r cube will remain. Now, all other things are inside the integration. Mu 0 upon 4 pi 2 pi n dx I a square. You see, this numerator term is written as it is, this constant term is written, and in place of this denominator r cube is written. Now all these things are inside integration. But what we need to do to solve integration? You see, integration is taking place with respect to x. But here no other term is x. So all the terms will be taken out of integration except this dx. So in the next step, mu 0 upon 4 pi 2 pi n I a square r cube, all are inside the integration symbol. So this is b going on. Okay. Now what to put the limits of this dx? So you see, dx was what? The thickness of this small part of the solenoid. Now from where to where it can be taken? So it can be taken from one end of the solenoid to last end of the solenoid. So that means the limits will become minus L to plus L. So I will write here the limits, minus L to plus L limits. Okay, now you already know. Integration of dx will become x. And after putting the limits, lower limit minus upper limit. That means L minus minus L. It will become 2L answer. Okay, so I am putting in place of this dx term so mu 0 upon 4 pi 2 pi ni a square r cube, and integration of dx will become 2L. Okay, now two more steps are remaining. Firstly, because the answer we require, see we have got this answer, this is the final answer, but the answer which we require, that should be in terms of magnetic dipole moment capital M. Okay, so let us make the magnetic dipole moment of this solenoid. Okay, now by NIA formula, magnetic dipole moment, let us make NIA formula for this solenoid. N means total turns in this solenoid. So small n, that means number of turns per unit length, we should multiply with total length. What is the total length of the solenoid? 2L. So if I multiply n with 2L, I will get total turns. So n means small n into 2L. Small n into 2L. This I have substituted for total turns. I is the current flowing. Then area. You see, radius of the solenoid is A. So area formula will become what? Pi a square. So area formula written pi a square. This way our magnetic moment is prepared of the solenoid. Now can we make magnetic moment here? So let us start taking out the terms. Do we have n? Do we have 2L? Okay, n is here, 2L is here. I is also with us and pi a square is also with us. Okay, this is pi, this is a square. So you see pi n I a square 12. All this is making what? Magnetic moment. Okay. So at last we need to put this final answer of B for the solenoid in this format. B equal to mu 0 upon 4 pi written. Okay. 2 is written because 2 is only left. Otherwise every term is making capital M, and upon R cube. So what we got the answer? We got the answer mu 0 upon 4 pi 2m upon R cube. Now this is that formula which we got the B axial formula for the bar magnet. It is matching with that formula. And what we solved here? We solved what? So B axial formula for the solenoid we have obtained, and it is matching with the B axial formula for the bar magnet. So since both the formulas are matching, that means this solenoid is equivalent to a bar magnet. So if in exam it comes that prove that a solenoid is equivalent to a bar magnet, and it is a more mark question, 3 or 5 mark question, then you have to write all this derivation. Now you see student, you must be feeling that this derivation is very big, but main steps are what? First of all, take a small slice from the solenoid, make dB for it, and in that dB make these changes. N dx is extra and R minus x is extra, other than this original formula, in comparison to this original formula. Okay, so once is this dB prepared for this small part, then for the whole solenoid we will do integration of this dB. One approximation only, that is that approximation. With that approximation the answer will become very simple. All the things will come out, only dx will remain. Its integration answer is 2L, and then extract from this magnetic dipole moment capital M. So if we take out from this magnetic dipole moment, so this answer is becoming this answer, mu 0 upon 4 pi 2m upon R cube. So this way you are going to prove the equivalency of solenoid and bar magnet. That's it.